Hey guys, welcome to Fang's Hat. We're continuing the 1980s, ranking the top 10 movies from the year 1980, which is amazing. It's been an amazing experience to remember and having to rewatch some of these incredible films that from childhood, I can tell you that 1980 was a year to behold, and you'll see how the quality of movies are going to be upping as we keep going along. I mean, this is just amazing, an amazing year. I hope that you concur. Now, the remember when scary movies where they didn't depend on CGI, they didn't depend on jump scares. Remember those simple times? Well, those simple times are long gone. You have to go back to 1980s, to 1980 precisely, where we have a bunch of very good old-fashioned horror ghost stories. And one ghost story that I think it's not gonna be in a lot of minds, and a lot of people may not know about this film unless you're a horror buff, is Death Ship. Made in 1980, starring the awesome George Kennedy, tells the story of this, gigantic German, you know, war ship that rams, in the middle of the ocean, just rams a passenger cruiser, a cruise ship, and sinks it. At the helm is Captain George Kennedy, and his crew, and most of the people perish due to the surprise of it all, and they didn't have time to prepare. The survivors, they see this German gigantic ship and they decide to board, and they find out something very odd. The ship seems to be abandoned, no one's on board, but it's functioning despite having no fuel and has running electricity, and it seems to be alive and killing them one by one. And Captain George Kennedy seems to be possessed. Oh yeah, did I mention this ship was a Nazi ship, and now it's haunted? This movie is so crazy, so awesome. Completely serious. One of the great things is that right off the bat, right off the beginning, you look at this ship and you see that the ship is alive, and the it was brilliant how the director figured out how to make this old ship, seem alive, and it does. It's so menacing and incredible. Like I said, there's no jump scares here. There's no some head popping out of, and blood shooting out of a corpse, shooting blood at you, or something chopped off, or something chopping their head off in front of you and showing it to yours. There's none of that. It's all very, the abandoned ship is very scary. In fact, it reminds me of another great 80s movie called The Shining, where you have people going to an abandoned place when there's nobody out there, it's isolated, and you don't know what you're going to find in every room, and it's kind of like that. It's kind of like funny thing they were made both in 1980, so we may be seeing that film later. Hint, hint. But yeah, definitely, Death Ship. Nobody talked about it, and it's incredible. Really creepy, and some of the imagery from the Nazi dearly departed crew, will horrify you. And you kind of understand what its mission is at the end, which I won't spoil. But you know, fairly solid, very good ghost story all around. Watch Death Ship. You know, it's out on Blu-ray, I believe, and man, it's worth every penny. See you next issue as we keep counting down. So this was number 7. So let's keep counting down until we get to number 1.